in another yoga class that I teach, we've been working on chest opening. So your chest, your spine's got three basic areas. It's got the cervical spine, which is your neck, and we can do this, and we will do this, and there's flexibility there. Next comes your thoracic spine, which is much bonier. It's your ribs coming around this whole area, and it's bony because it's protecting your major organs. There's a reason for all these bones, but it's not, you can twist, but it's much less flexible. And then your lumbar spine, which is, you can tip it back and forth, you can swivel it a little bit. It's not as flexible as this, but there's some flexibility. But in our chest openings, and we're really trying to open that thoracic spine, which is very bony. And we do these chest openings so that then we can do back bends, which, in yoga, in many yoga practices, that's sort of the peak pose of the practice, because you really have to warm up to get to be able to do back bends. And all of our anatomies are different. And, some people find back bends to be very easy. Other people, like me, it's definitely like the challenging part. It's like, oh boy, here we go. But as I'm reading about it, it's all this kind of prep that you can do. And even in chair yoga, we can do some back bend prep, because I think all of us, particularly as we age, and if we've had desk jobs, we've gotten into this kind of hunching, right? Over, our computers, over our phones, over our desks. And this back bending requires us to open that up. So I'm, delighted to say I no longer have a desk job. And I can think about opening my chest a little bit. So that is really part of what I'm going to explore a little bit more in our practice today, this prep. So what I wanted to say is, Kathy, you've had a yoga practice, and I'm sure you know this pose, which is called heart bench. Do you remember heart bench? So these are yoga blocks. You can put a blanket over your yoga blocks, but this would require you going on the floor or on your mat. But if you find that chest opening is actually something, well, if you find it's difficult, it probably means that you should do more of it. If you find it super easy, then maybe you don't have to do this. But most people our age are finding chest openings to be a little more difficult. But anyways, heart benches, you take blocks and you place one block maybe at the highest and this block at the lowest. And this block is going, if this is your body, this block is going right under your heart. And maybe this line of this block is right along your bra line. And then you lean back on this and your head goes on this. And I'll show you what it looks like, because really, in terms of chest opening, this is probably the best, and it's called restorative. I want to make sure you can see my floor. It's called restorative, but it is often done in the beginning of a practice. So you lean back, you adjust this. Can you see me, Kathy? I'm on the floor. Yeah. You lean back and you open your arms. Your legs can be bent and your knees can be together and your feet can be out at the edge of your mat, or you can have Supta Baddha Konasana legs, or your legs can just be straight out. And you can fiddle with this. I mean, you can fiddle with the placement of that block, and maybe you can even go down to a lower setting on the block that's behind your head if your neck can take it. But this is really opening, and you're draping your arms and you're just breathing into this. It is, and then you come up on your elbows, come up out of it slowly. You can put a towel or a blanket over this to make it more comfortable. But if you have yoga blocks and you find your chest to be tight, that is just a great pose to get into if you're able to get up and down off the floor. But we'll explore some ways to work on opening chest in our chairs as well. But I wanted to show you that, and others who may be watching, just to see, you know, a good chest opening. So let's start with our hands on our knees, breathing in and out, sitting up tall on our chair, the crown of our head reaching the ceiling, and becoming aware of our bodies and what might be tight and what might be feeling good. Did we have a good night's sleep? Scan your thoughts. Is there something that's troubling you or something that's on your mind? Try to put it off to the side. Try to just put that in a box on the side. And it's something, there's a visualization that is sometimes done in a meditative practice where you're standing on a sidewalk and you're looking at a street and there's cars and maybe buses coming along the street. And you can put your thoughts in a car and it goes away. So I'm going to put that thought and it's going to move away. I'm going to put that thought, and it's a meditative practice. So maybe that visualization can be helpful, because what is meditation other than being mindful of our thoughts? And a lot of times people say, oh, I meditate, but my mind always wanders away from maybe a saying or an intention that I'm thinking about, or even thinking about my breath. Pulling your mind back to your breath or your mantra is in fact what meditation is, that practice of pulling it back, or maybe visualizing a thought and seeing it drive away. Or another way of thinking about it is standing at the edge of the ocean. And one of the reasons why we love to go to the ocean and sit and watch the waves is it's meditative. The rolling in and out, and it's constant rolling in and out of the waves that can actually transport us into a different frame of mind. And maybe your thoughts can get caught up in the crest of the wave and roll over and then out. And that's another tool that can be used in meditation. And perhaps the easiest tool is just to count breath. So let's start doing that. Noticing the breath coming in your body, how it enters, where it goes, and how it comes out. And try to make your inhales the same count as your exhales. So we'll do this for a bunch of repetitions. I'll start by counting the first couple, and then we can just go into silence and count our breath. So on the inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, and inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's your own count. One more round. And if your eyes are closed, blink them open. That pranayama, the breath work that we do in yoga, is as important as the asanas, as important as the movement, and the meditation that we do is as important as the breath work and the asanas, the movement. So they're all three come together in this yoga practice, whether we're doing it in the chair or whether we're doing it on a mat. It's all part of it. So as we breathe in through the belly, it comes up. We can even visualize the breath coming in out through our nose, swirling out, and then swirling back in through our nose, down through our chest, open our belly, engage our abdominals as it draws back out. And that visualization is something that can carry us through the most difficult practice asanas that we will do. And that ujjayi breath, that audible constricting of our throat, helps remind us of our breath, helps us notice, is our breath being even or is it getting ragged? And certainly if we get into more intense, it can get ragged. And that's where breathing in and maybe opening our mouth and going, ha, helps, so that you can regain that evenness of breath that is the pranayama that's part of our yoga practice. So let's straighten our spine, bring the crown of our head up to the ceiling, draw our chin back, our shoulders are on top of our hips, and our hips are right behind our knees, and our knees are right over our ankles. Our toes are pointed at 12 o'clock. Draw your shoulders up to your ears. Roll them back down your spine, chest opener. Draw them around and up again. Scrunch them and around and back down. Really lower them down. Lower your shoulders. And again, up and around and down. Now go the opposite direction. Really accentuating this rolling of our shoulders. And really, it's giving some flexibility to our shoulder. Draw your shoulder blades down your spine. Draw your shoulder blades together. Maybe your elbows lower down a little bit. Bring your hands out in front like you're stopping. We're going to open and close our fingers 30 times quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Really open up your hands, bring them together, reverse them. Bring your hands onto your knees. See if you can get your fingers pointing towards your torso and sort of really stretch out your wrist. Now place your wrists and stretch. Your wrists are now facing each other and stretch them that way. Good. Look up, reach up, draw your shoulder blades down your back. So you're plugging your shoulders into their sockets, but you're still reaching up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and draw it over, hinging only at the waist. So we're just hinging at the waist. We're having a firm seat. Come back up, look up, draw your shoulders back down, grab your left wrist and draw it over to the right, hinging just at the waist. Look up again. Let's do this one more at each side. Grab your right wrist, hinge just at the waist. Look up, draw your shoulder blades down, grab your left wrist and draw it over. Good. Bring your hands back to your knee. Dip your chin to your chest. Now look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Chin to chest, draw your shoulders down. Look up. Now draw your left ear to your left shoulder, not bringing your shoulder up, just your ear to your shoulder, however far that is. Look up. Right ear, right shoulder. Keep that shoulder down. You're trying to get the ear to it. Maybe it can't, your head doesn't go far, it's okay. Look up. Left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. For me, this side, I feel this more because I'm so right-handed. Look up, left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. Now we're going to bring it all together. Exhale, look down. Inhale as you come around. Exhale as you round to the right and down. Inhale as you move around to the left. Very slow, keeping your shoulders down. Come around. Breathe in. Exhale as you come around. And now, reverse. Go in the opposite direction. Really sending your ear to the shoulder. Very slow, very accentuated movement. And come back up to center. Bring your hands to heart. Set an intention for the day. Maybe it's opening your heart. Maybe it's joy. Maybe it's ease. Maybe it's challenge. We'll begin practice with the sound of one Om. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Look up, reach up. Bring your left hand down and come over and tip over to your left with your right arm. Come back up, look up, switch. Draw your left arm up and tip over. Again, a big side body stretch. Feels a little different than when we're just drawing and hinging at the hips. This is more of a side body stretch. Look up and tip over. Good. Now, bring your knee up to your, knee up to your ankle. How about your ankle on your knee? I'm starting with my right, and I want you to roll out your ankle. This is something that I love about chair yoga. when you're on a mat, it's hard to get into a position of really rolling out your ankle. I guess you could do it, but it's not something that we do. And then go in the opposite direction. Our ankles really need to get rolled out. We don't do it enough. Mine's clicking like crazy. And now place your hands on that right knee and press that knee away from you, sitting up tall. A little bit of a hip opener. Flex your toes. That always is what you can do to protect your knee. And now switch. Place your left ankle on your right knee and roll open your ankle. And now the other reverse directions. Breathing, sitting up tall. And now press that knee away. Flex your left toes and press that knee away. Maybe you can feel it in your hip. Sitting up tall, press away. Good. Bring your hands back to your knee. We're going to go through some cat and cow. That's really swiveling our hips. We're tucking our chin, tucking our pelvis, and then reversing it in cow, almost like you're doing an upward facing dog. You're bringing your chest through your arms and you look up. Exhale into cat, roll your shoulders down, tuck your pelvis, breathe. Inhale, cow. You're really curving your spine now, tucking, cat. Inhale, cow. Look up. Inhale, exhale, cat. One more, cow. Now place your hands, come forward on your chair so that you're sitting right at the edge, and place your hands on the back of the chair. My chair, I can grab my seat, but maybe you can't grab the seat because it's closed in your chair. However you can, get your hands behind you, bring your elbows together. Bring your shoulders down your chest, chest opener. This is kind of like what we were trying to do in that heart bench. Breathe in and look up. Bring your chin to chest. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. Bring your hands back to your knees, and I've got to let my dog in the room because she's whining outside the door. Come on, girl. She wants. Go on. Candy, go up. Come on. Candy, up, up, up. So let's now stretch our foot out in front of us. And now we're going to roll out our foot in this, with our legs stretched out in front of us, one way and then the other, one way and then the other. I've got to sit up tall and reverse. And switch. Really stretch that leg out. If you need, you can hold the back of it if that's too much, and roll your ankle out. Good. Come to the mat. Bring your right hand up to the ceiling like you're reaching up. Spark your fingers up, and now place that hand between your feet. You can be on cupcake hand, or if you can get your hand flat on the mat, that's good. And now draw your left arm up. Keep your knees kind of pushing straight forward, and look up at your raised thumb. And switch. Place your left hand down between your feet and raise your right arm up. One side may feel quite different than the other. For me, it does. This side, I really have to breathe into this to get myself really stretched. what we're trying to do in this particular asana is we're trying to stack our shoulders. So place your right hand down again and see what you can do to, Cami, come on, girl. Come, go away. To maybe you can actually, this might work a little bit better. My tricep is leaning, I'm pushing against my right leg with my right tricep. That's helping me get twisting a little bit deeper. So on the inhale, extend. On the exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. See if you can go a little bit deeper. And again, placing your left hand down. And maybe you can really get that left tricep against your left, right behind your knee. That's where mine is. And that's helping me get a little bit deeper twist. Breathe in and twist on the exhale. Breathe in and twist on the exhale. Good. Come back up. Let's just do another cat and cow. So we got a little bit warmed up there. I'm a little bit looser than I was. Maybe roll your shoulders around. And let's now do some of our salutations. So this is the part of the practice where we're going to try to build a little heat. So we're going to go through this. This is a vinyasa, so it's the same movements that we repeat. And we're going to repeat it 5 or 6 times. So bring your hands to heart in prayer. Look up, spark your fingers up, draw your abdominals up and in. Lower down to a forward bend, hands on mat. Come up to a seated position, hand on knees. Come forward to a chair position, booties out, arms are forward. Breathing in, breathe out into cactus arms, drawing your shoulder blades together. Breathe in and exhale down to a forward fold. Using your abdominal muscles, come up into mountain. Come up slowly, look up, draw your abdominals up and back. Come to prayer, exhale. Inhale, exhale into a forward fold. Again, using your abdominals, draw up to mountain. And hands to heart. Exhale. That was one vinyasa. That was one series of that. So we're going to do that again several more times. Breathe in, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, hands to knees. Breathe out, chair. Breathe in, cactus arms. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, hands to prayer. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, hands to prayer. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, hands to knee. Breathe out, chair. Breathe in, cactus your arms. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, hands to prayer. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, hands to prayer. I added one forward fold I shouldn't have added. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, hands to knee. Breathe out, chair. Breathe in, cactus. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Be mindful of your abdominals. Breathe out, hands to prayer. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, hands to prayer. So when I'm talking about these abdominals, when we go up to mountain, see if you can feel like you're zipping up your pants. So that tucking in, that feeling, I swear I didn't understand that for the first 10 years I did yoga. But I think if you practice it enough, you start, when they say engage your abdominals, like, oh yeah, I know how that feels. And that's a good feeling to know how to do for a lot of reasons. But when we get to doing balance, engaging your abdominals, there's a ton of muscles going on there. There's more muscle complexity in that area than there is, I think, any place else in your body. There's a bunch of little muscles, there's some big ones, and they're all kind of wrapping around. That engaging, that tucking action, that drawing in and up is getting to the muscles that are the deepest in your abdominal cavity. And those are the muscles that help stabilize us. So it helps stabilize our hips, it helps stabilize our lower back, so that when we do balance, it's helping us stay upright. So that's why we yap about these abdominals so much in yoga. There's a reason. So let's do a few more salutations. We bring our hands to prayer. We breathe in and out. Breathe in, look up, draw up, dive down to fold, come up, hands on knee. This would be the equivalent of halfway lift. Breathe out into chair. Breathe in, cactus your arms, drawing your shoulder blades together. Dive down, exhale. Come up to mountain, engage. Bring your hands to prayer and an exhale. Inhale, exhale, dive down, forward fold. Come up to mountain, engage. Hands to prayer. 2 more rounds. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, mountain. Look up, dive down, forward fold. Come up halfway, straight back, come forward into chair. Exhale into cactus arms, dive down, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Hands to heart, prayer. Breathe in deeply. Exhale to fold. Mountain, come up, look up, hands to prayer. Exhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, hands to knee. Breathe out, chair. Breathe in, cactus. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain, look up. Breathe out, hands to heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, hands to prayer. Good. Well done. Let's do some standing. Maybe take a drink if you got one handy. I'm going to move my chair so that my seat is facing towards me. And I'm going to place my hands on the seat, and I'm going to kick my right leg back, straight back behind me. Look at your hips. Make sure your hips are even, and draw that knee into your nose. Kick back. Draw that knee into your nose. Inhale, kick back. Draw that knee to your nose. One more time on this side. Kick back. Draw that knee to your nose. And switch. Place your right foot down. Kick your left foot back. Straight back. Flex your toes. Make sure your hips are parallel. And draw that knee into your nose. Inhale, kick it back. Draw your knee into your nose. Kick it back. Draw your knee into your nose. Kick back. Draw your knee into your nose. And one more time. Kick back, really strong. Draw your knee into your nose. Place that foot down. Good job. Shift your chair or walk around your chair. I don't know what your chair is like, but now my hands are going to be on the back of my chair. And we're going to walk out as far as we need to make sure to get our arms straight, our legs straight, feet hip width distance apart. Again, draw your shoulder blades together. Don't have your head up, have your head right between your triceps. This is almost like we're in warrior one arms. Unlock your knees. See if you can get your sacrum shifting. So lock your knees, see how that feels. Now unlock your knees and see if you can shift your sacrum more towards the ceiling. I mean, it's not going to be directly pointed toward the ceiling, but it's going more towards. Do that again. Lock your knees, straighten your legs completely, and then unlock your knees and point your booty or get your sacrum pointing more towards the ceiling. You can feel the difference that makes. And this is a big stretch. Keep your feet unlocked or your legs unlocked. Toes are pointed right at 12 o'clock. Breathe into this and breathe out. Walk towards your chair and now step back with just your right foot as far back as you need to go so that you can't get your heel on the mat. Bend your left leg and stretch out your lower leg, your shin muscles, your calf muscles, I should say. So you're bending into that left knee and your heel isn't reaching the mat probably, but you can really feel that as a significant calf stretch on your right foot. Step that right foot together and now step your left foot back as far as you need to go to get that big calf stretch on your left. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Step that foot forward. Let's do that big back stretch again. So walk your feet back, hip width distance to the point at which your arms are straight, your head is between your triceps. Unlock your knees and really stretch your back. Feel your shoulders trying to come together. Your arms are really right in your shoulder socket. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more breath. And out and come forward. With your chair staying in this position, we're going to do some balance. You know, I have to change my view here a little bit. hold on a second, view. Yeah, this might work a little bit better. Good. I couldn't really tell if you could see my whole body. Here we go. So you can grab your chair if and when you need to in doing balance. So let's notice our true north alignment. Our feet, our toes are pointing straight ahead. Our ankles are under our knees are under our hips. Our shoulders are aligned with our hips. Our ears are aligned with our shoulders. Our shoulders are drawn down. Our abdominals are engaged. So zipping up, tucking in like you're fastening your favorite pants. Bring your right foot, raise your right foot, grab the chair if you need to, or you can try taking your hand away. So basic balance. Kick your foot out in front of you. Holding the chair if you need to, kick back into airplane pose. Just bring your left arm up behind you if your right hand is on the chair. Try to get your right leg raised so that it is parallel with your torso, that is hinging forward. The crown of your head is drawing towards the wall in front of you. Lower that foot down. We'll do a full sequence on this side and then we'll shift and do the sequence on the left, okay? So again, draw that foot in front of you, your right foot, raise it up, and then without bending, just swing that leg back and kick it behind you and move forward. Holding the chair or not, bring your left arm so that your pinkies, your left pinky is kind of trying to go to the right. And up dog in your chest, but the crown of your head is drawn forward. Unlock your standing leg. Bring that foot to the mat. Good job. Let's do chair legs. Let's go into a chair pose so that our feet are hip width distance. We're bending at our knees. We're sinking our hips back. Hold on to the chair if you need to. Look down, make sure you can see your toes and see how low you can go, holding the chair. When you've reached your lowest, see if you can wrap your right leg over your left. Come back up, lower your right leg. Good job. Raise your left knee to hip height and open it to the left. Maybe you can play with releasing your right hand and drawing it out to the right. Your chair is there for stability if you need it. Unlock your standing leg. Bring your knee back to center. Maybe holding the chair or maybe releasing it. Bend your right knee a little bit. This little teeny movement really gets into your leg muscles. Lower just a little bit. Your left leg is still raised. Lower a little bit. Come up. So interesting. Now come into your version of tree. Maybe it's kickstand. Maybe your toes are on the mat. Maybe your toes are in your shin, or maybe you're able to bring your foot up into your thigh. You don't want your foot on your knee. So wherever your tree is, try to open that left knee out so that your left knee is really open. Maybe you can give yourself assist with your hands to open that knee out. Keep your hand on the chair or not, or into prayer, or whatever hand variation works for you. Sometimes in practicing balance, it's good to dig your thumb knuckles into your chest. Find a drishti point to stare at and come out of this. Good. Shift your chair around. We're going to do that same sequence on this side. So we're going to start by lifting. Let's see, did I lift my right leg? I did. I was lifting my right leg. So we're gonna lift our left leg. Just lift it up. See if you can let go of the chair. Just practice that a little bit. And again, drawing your abdominals up and in will really help. Finding a drishti point, something that's not moving, staring at that, and using your breath, breathing in and out to practice releasing the chair. And then very slowly, not bending that leg, just hinging back and moving into airplane. This time my right hand is jutting back and my right pinky is reaching towards the left. A little up dog in your chest, but the crown of your head is drawing forward. Breathe here. See if you can release the chair for a moment. Breathe and come out of this. And place your foot down. We'll practice that again. So let's draw that left foot up. So now you can see the bottom of my foot. Find a drishti point and just swing that leg back. You want to see if you can get that leg raised enough so it's parallel with your torso. Bend, a little bend in that standing leg. Draw your hands behind you, or just your right arm and hand behind you. And come out of this, come to a stand. Good job. Raise your right knee to hip height and draw it open to the right. You can use your hand as an assist. Look down, make sure your left toes are pointed straight ahead. And again, stand up tall. Everything's lined up in true north. Maybe you release your hand a little bit. Maybe you grab, maybe you fall out, you get back into it. That just shows that you're pressing your edge. And come back and place that foot down. Good job. Wrap your, let's see, we're gonna wrap our left leg around, right? And well, first let's come into chair leg. So chair is where it's basically a squat. We're lowering our down, we're trying to get our hips lower, lower, lower. We can see our toes, so our knees aren't covering our toe. And in chair, you're wanting to get your arms up. But in this case, we're actually going to do a bind. We're going to cross our left leg over our right. So this is half of eagle pose, right? And we're seeing how low we can get, right? We're seeing it. Can we get a little bit lower? And come out of it. Come stand up. Good. Shake out your legs a little bit. Good job. So we did a little bit of hip opening. We did an airplane. We did a chair leg into kind of an eagle wrap. And now let's do tree on this side. So whatever your tree looks like, you can do kickstand, foot on shin, foot up into thigh, whatever works. I'm going to do shin. Stand tall, straight, drishti, and breath. Grab the chair when you need to. Unlock your standing leg. Breathe and lower down. Good job. Good job. And practicing balance is really so very important. You can come back into a seated position. And we're going to do just a little bit of, we're going to kind of mimic a warrior pose. So let's start. Bring your knee up and raise your arms. Breathe. Try to bring, maybe even using your hands, try to bring your knee into your chest. Drawing your shoulder blades down your back. Swivel your body so that your right leg is in front of your chair and your left leg is behind your chair. I'm on my left toes behind me, and I'm trying to get my body I'm trying to get my shoulders down my back. I'm trying to sit up straight. Bring your hands to prayer. Now draw your arms up like warrior one. Your triceps are wrapping your ears. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Open up to warrior two. So now my foot is flat on the mat behind me. I'm trying to get the blade edge of my foot into my mat. It's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going for that. And my arms are stretched out. Try to make your arms parallel, zip up your belly, and now come back. Clasp your hands. So now I'm back on my toes on my left side. Clasp your hands behind you. So I'm clasped. Hinge forward and try to bring your arms up overhead. Mine don't nearly go all the way, but this is again a big shoulder opener. Breathe here. And slowly come out of this. Good job. And now come back around. And let's go to, well, we're going to do the other side. But first, let's bring that left knee into our chest. Really draw it in using our hands, sitting up tall. See how close it can come. Good. And now swivel around so that your right knee is bent in front of you and your left knee is bent in front of you and your right leg is behind. I'm on my toes. And we are going to come into a warrior one position. So I have a kind of a, not a mirror, but a glass in front of me so I can see myself. I'm trying to get myself so that my alignment is good. I'm trying to get my foot further behind me, and I'm going to draw my triceps around my ears into warrior one. I feel this really profoundly right in my side body, which probably tells me that I'm not aligned perfectly, but just move around, see what access you can get here. Breathe into it if it's a little uncomfortable. A little uncomfortable is okay. Ouch is not okay. So if you're feeling ouch, move out of this. And now go into warrior two. So my toes behind me are twisting around, and my foot is now flat on the mat behind me, and I'm drawing my arms out, trying to reach either wall. Breathe, breathe, and now come back up on your toes, on your rear toes, on your left toes, no, your right toes, and clasp your hands behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together and down. So this is another big opener. And hinge forward, and again, try to draw your hands up overhead. Maybe one side feels a lot different than the other side. Breathe, extend your head forward. Breathe. And come back up. Good. Come out of this slowly. Move back forward so that you're sitting in your chair. I don't know about you, but in Philadelphia, it looks like the sun is coming out, which is a good thing. And breathe. Place your hands on your knees and close your eyes and just notice your breath. Notice how your body feels. Come back to the intention that you set at the beginning of class. As we close class, I ask you to think of someone who makes you happy. And say, I'm grateful for that person. Think of something that makes you happy. And say to yourself, I'm grateful for that thing. And now think of someone or maybe something that you wish well. Maybe someone you know is having a hard time, or maybe something needs some extra attention. And just think to yourself, I wish that person or that thing well. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Stretch your neck up high. Bring your hands to heart. And we'll end practice with the way we began, with the sound of one Om. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. We look up to the light. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow together and say, Namaste. Namaste.